Welcome, everyone. This is an appendix of the section Into the Now to tap into the topic of creative block. The idea of this appendix is to share a few resources to move the energy and ideally go through the block and back into our creative processes. The objective is to understand what a creative block is and understand also the importance of self compassion to dissolve these moments of difficulty. Defining the block. What is a creative block? Feeling stuck or unable to create, even though we have the desire to. We can feel overwhelmed by ideas, but we are unable to organize them and execute. We have doubting ideas. We are thinking that nothing that we make is good. We are feeling tired or emotionally drained and thinking about creating, it's overwhelming. We procrastinate even a project that we are very enthusiastic about tapping in. When and why does it occur? Creative blocks can often arise from a complex combination of causes: perfectionism, burnout, major life changes, and mental health challenges. They don't just affect our ability to create, but they also touch deep parts of our emotional and psychological well being. Creativity and mental health. Hmm. When I say mental health, I must first say that I am no expert and no authorized voice to speak about these things. But yes, I will say that I am a person that went through these things. So I think that it's okay to share from a place of vulnerability and humbleness. Mental health struggles can make it hard to create. And at the same time, creative expression can be a powerful tool for healing and emotional resilience. Creativity and mental health are not separate, they exist in a dynamic relationship. It is like a paradox, the fact that creativity and doing exercises of drawing, composing a song and listening and dancing and listening to music and dancing can be a resource for overcoming blockages. But at the same time, it makes total sense because what it brings to me, this idea that I am blocked, I cannot do anything, I cannot think, I cannot make, but at the same time, I need to make in order to overcome this block. The device that is paralyzed is the same that can help us overcome the paralysis. What this makes me think of, we have a pipe and it is clogged. What does this? What will move these things? Sometimes we think that we need to push something to make it go. But I think that with ourselves, if we think that we have pipes inside our brain and our body, I think that there's a super powerful tool to avoid pushing and pushing ourselves, but dissolving this blockage until it can flows again. And this huge tool is movement. And I think that sometimes to go to the movement from this paralyzed place, the most important attitude that we need to decide to have towards ourselves is self compassion. So we recognize that we are in a block. We notice physical signs like sleep disturbances, appetite changes, and fatigue. Emotional signs such as frustration, sadness, or anger are spiking more than usual. We notice behavioral signs like procrastination, avoidance, or withdrawal from others. The cognitive signs can include self doubt, negative thoughts, and difficulty focusing. Recognizing these signs early can be very helpful for avoiding blockages and, of course, other type of problematics in our everyday life. The power of recognition. Acknowledging a creative block requires vulnerability and courage, and responding with compassion rather than self criticism can be the key to dissolve this problem. To be able to go from total freeze to movement, we really need to first observe how our inner dialogue is behaving, what's going on inside. And maybe we are very anxious, or we are overclocked with information, and we have a deadline, and the challenges in our relationship are huge, and someone is sick or we are sick. Like there's a combination of things that creates this special scenario for this paralysis. So if we manage to go inwards, and I think that we've been practicing a lot of these exercises, we have gone through meditations. You did a whole module on, or you will do a module on self-care. There are many little resources that we can use to transit this change from total stress to holding a pause and giving ourselves space to breathe. First of all, breathe. This is a huge, powerful movement that we can make. It's not that movement means uh, go run, uh, take long walks, dance in your home. Not only, I mean, very little movements can help. Self compassion is the biggest attitude that can change this situation. Oh no, what to do? Let's see the block as an opportunity. There is something that we need to change. And this radical self acceptance and nourishment is the key. If we think that blockage is here to teach us something, to bring something new, let's try to shift our viewpoint, not to panic situation because maybe we have a deadline, or because it's been already a month and nothing is coming out. Why did I quit my other job and now I have nothing to say? Like, let's shift the viewpoint and see this collapsing object in my creative pipes is here to bring a gem. Let's totally shift the focus. And if we do that, then we can breathe more easily and start taking micro actions. We can set very small goals that are super achievable and celebrate them, because probably what is happening with this blockage is that we are overloaded in our cognitive area. And while celebrating the small achievements, we are spiking a little bit of dopamine that is better quality of dopamine than the one that we get by binge eating or scrolling our Instagram or these fast rewarding activities. But if we are celebrating something that we did, the power is huge. And no victory is a small victory. So give yourself a pat on the shoulder when you manage to make a micro move. Change your environment. Go out and socialize. If you have been in a long period of nothing is coming out, just go and shift the activity. Go outside, look at the sun, go to a nice cafe, go to a library, browse physical things that you can touch, that you can smell, that you can feel, that your body is engaged in this tackling the creatives block. Some other exercise can be go to your personal deck of cards and write a short story. We already went through our past and create great prompts for ourselves, for our future selves. So let's use them. Let's go for a walk and pick up stuff to inspire a shape, a song, or movement. When we are blocked and we hear advice, at least for me, this is very triggering because I am blocked. I am not, I know that it would be healthy to go for a walk. I am not doing it because I am actually deprived of something that can move me. And I realized that for myself, the only thing that works. One resource that I use a lot is to do ridiculous sounds. Like I don't want to expose myself here, but like I am in this mood that is not letting me go beyond, and I shake myself in a ridiculous manner, shout something, imitate the sound of a bird, like do something that is totally disruptive and out of my norm. And sometimes also I talk out loud to myself to command an action like, Milenka, now you are going to wash the dishes and you're going to do it very slowly with a lot of attention in each stain and each little piece of surface, and you're going to observe how the shine is coming out. And I try to go deeper in these actions in order to turn a little bit down the volume on the noise that is blocking me. The other great advice that I have for you now is get some sleep. Maybe you are really tired, and even though you have been sleeping your 8 hours every night, and even though you are having naps, maybe you just need rest. Please, please prioritize self-care. This is the basic for everything in our lives. So eat well, go move your body a little bit, see the sun, try to eat vegetables, have all your vitamins in your regular diet, and so on and so on. All the things that we know about self-care. Go take someone else's workshops. In my case, I do a lot of workshops, and the truth is that sometimes I get a little bit drained, and I feel that I need to recharge from someone else who's holding space for my expression. So, from time to time, I oblige myself to go out and learn something from someone else. Reach out to the community. I mean, this is the whole point of why we are doing this. So, go to the forum, go to your WhatsApp groups, go to your fellow artists, and just reach out. Engage someone else in an activity to move from the place of paralysis. This is the end of the creative block appendix. Thank you for your patience, and let's see ourselves in the next section. Ciao!